We welcome you back with the news you've been waiting for. The Associated Press projects Donald Trump the victor in the state of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, with 20 electoral votes, makes Donald Trump the 45th President of the United States. Back at the National Anchor Desk with Ed Berliner and Miranda Kahn, and from Newsmax, Washington, my old congressional colleague, Michael Patrick Flanagan. Very pleased to have United States Senator Rob Portman from the great state of Ohio alongside.
Well, first, JD, great to have you back on campus here on Capitol Hill.
We're going to switch gears now. As much as I'd like to avoid what happened last night, I really thought the Seahawks were going to win it. I thought, oh, I'm going to look like a prophet, so to speak, but it didn't turn out that way. The interception on the goal line as time was running out. Time to call in one of my old pals, Miranda. I am so pleased to welcome to America's Forum former NFL All-Pro quarterback Neil Lomax. Neil, it's been a long time. It's great to see you Skyping in from Portland. I got to get your take on the game. That last second pass instead of a run. What did you think of it?
Well, obviously no one thinks very well of it because it didn't work.
Donald, thanks for your time. Lots going on. And let's begin with business and politics.
Okay.
Univision ending its relationship with the Miss Universe pageant. What gives?
Well, this is typical politics. First of all, it's owned by Hillary fans. You know, these are people that are big supporters of Hillary and Obama.
You're in it to win it. You're in for the long haul. This is not a stunt. Some people say it's for branding, it's for name recognition.
I don't think anybody says that anymore. I think they did say that. Nobody's saying it anymore.
Donald Trump, thank you so much for your time and your insights.
Thank you very much. Great honor.
Then, but not that sarcastic, to be honest with you.
Next on Newsmax Prime. Honestly, not sarcastically, the press wants to take down Trump. That's scarcely a bulletin, but the signs of frustration among Trump supporters are clear. Then again, that man might just be emphasizing the fact that Trump is only 1 point behind Hillary in a new national poll. Our guest tonight, Ann Coulter, Wayne Allen Root, and a prime playback of my exclusive interview with Donald Trump. Newsmax Prime starts right now. Welcome back. We've heard a variety of views concerning the big changes in the Trump campaign, but here's the way I see it. Call it whatever you want, a shake-up, an expansion, maybe even a mid-course correction. The fact is, these are changes for the better. Kellyanne Conway has been my friend for a whole lot of years, and while her principal work has been in polling, she's also a strategist, but her formal training came as an attorney. She is the perfect choice for campaign manager, as she will help Mr. Trump make his case to women. I've worked directly with Stephen Bannon, co-hosting talk radio programs, and I can tell you he's very impressive. Beyond broadcasting, his resume boasts diverse experience as a naval officer, filmmaker, and businessman. He steps away from Breitbart News temporarily to serve as CEO of the Trump campaign, and he's tough, smart, and effective. You sometimes hear me joke about being a recovering congressman. Well, there's another guy on TV who could lay claim to that same distinction, Joe Scarborough, who's on MSNBC along with his co-host for Morning Joe, Mika Brzezinski. They were in West Palm Beach, Florida recently. We talked everything from TV to politics, and there was unanimous agreement. Getting up early in the morning is kind of tough. What time do you get up, Joe?
I get up at 4 now. Mika gets up at 3:30 or 4. I think we all get up around the same time, and as you know, it's tough to do it, but once you get up, you sort of charge ahead, but you never really get used to it.
Ever.
Joined here by Texas Republican Kevin Brady, my old colleague on the Ways and Means Committee. As time has passed, as some of us left the Congress, finishing second in midterm elections, some people have risen in seniority to the point where Kevin Brady, the talk is here, you've heard it for years, only 2 jobs worth having. One is to be President of the United States. The other is to be chairman of the Ways and Means Committee. Now, you're a modest guy, but you're in a situation where you could be the next chairman of the Ways and Means Committee. So tell me about this situation for you with the upcoming midterm.
Well, we're hopeful. One, JD, we miss you a great deal. You're a great lawmaker.
This is a live picture of the Pentagon. This is not New York City.
No, that wasn't New York City. It was Washington, D.C. 14 years ago this morning, specifically the Pentagon, and I had been invited to be there. You probably remember where you were and what you were doing on that fateful day. For me, the memories are very clear because I was serving in Congress. The reason I wasn't at the Pentagon that morning? Simple. Some important constituents were in town. The American Legion had members from all over the country converging on Congress that day, and they were hosting a breakfast in the Rayburn House office building, just a few floors downstairs from my office. So I was with those Arizona veterans instead of Defense Secretary Don Rumsfeld that morning, knowing that as a former congressman, Rummy would understand. Understanding, or at least becoming aware of the awful events unfolding that day, commenced just as soon as I walked back through my office door. A staffer told me of a plane crashing into one of the Twin Towers, and moments after turning on the TV in my office, the second plane hit. Suddenly, things became very clear. We were under attack. I said as much to my staff, then added, "They've hit our financial center. We'll be next since we're the seat of government." I instructed the staff to wear their IDs so they would be visible to the Capitol Police and other authorities, and then I called home. Given the 3-hour time difference between Washington and the West, my wife Mary was just getting up when I called. "We've got trouble," I told her. "Turn on the TV." As I was talking with her about what was happening and she was taking in the shocking images, our youngest, John Micah, came downstairs. Mary would recount the scene to me much later. At the time, John Micah was only 7 in the 2nd grade. But after getting a brief look at what was unfolding, he asked his mom, "Does this mean we're going to war?" Mary didn't hesitate. "Yes," she told him. Meantime, back on Capitol Hill, there was chaos. We were fortunate there were no terrorists on the ground there because they could have done real damage. After American Airlines Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon, the decision was made to get us away from the Capitol. Members were asked to make their way to the Capitol Police Station on the Senate side, about 3 blocks away. It was difficult to get a call through on my cell phone, but after trying about 10 times, I miraculously was able to reconnect with Mary and the kids back in Arizona. Understandably, they were all concerned, but I tried to keep calm, literally not knowing if I would ever speak with them again. "Listen to Mom," I told the kids. "I love you all, and you need to listen to Mom and do what she says, okay?" Reluctantly, I ended that call, but I ended up running into Democratic Congressman Mike McIntyre of North Carolina. As we made our way to the police station, we prayed together, aloud and unashamed, asking God to protect our country, asking Him for answers, and asking Him for the courage to confront whatever was to unfold. Ironically, all of this carnage unfolded on an incredibly beautiful late summer day in Washington. It was seemingly perfect weather-wise, temperature in the mid-70s with clear skies. And by that evening, our mission was clear. We had been attacked, lives had been lost, and we had to stand united. So that's what we did on the east front of the Capitol, with the sun setting and our voices raising in song. As you watch this next scene, it's fair to ask, what became of that unity? From the mountains to the prairies. Diamond and Silk are back with us via Skype. Ladies, welcome back to Newsmax Prime. It's good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Now, I'm kind of curious. Are you somewhat surprised by the public's response to Oprah Winfrey, who had some nice things to say in that interview on Entertainment Tonight?
Well, no, I'm not surprised. That's how the left do. If you see the left is out in the streets protesting, the left, they don't want to do anything right.
When you came to testify as governor of Minnesota to the Ways and Means Committee, of which I was a member, you took a nice big drink of milk before you began the testimony. Do you have the same feeling that marijuana is as wholesome for a body as milk?
Yes.